918, what the fuck? New Ford GT, what? What's going on with these random spots in New York?
So guys, last minute trip. We just ended up in New York at the Javits Center for the New York Auto Show. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't do any research to what's here. Could be some crazy stuff or could be a boring show. We're gonna find out together and stick around after that because we're going to a very, very good car meet on Sunday. You know, potential for some serious stuff.
Okay, so starting at the Ford booth, I don't really know what this is supposed to be, but imagine a Raptor in a Lightning. So an electric off-road truck, I guess. I don't know if it's gonna be a real thing, but probably not. Here we have a car that low-key I did apply to try to get. I didn't really hear back, but this is the 800 horsepower GTD, crazy supercharged V8 track car, supposed to compete with like a GT3RS, dual clutch, nothing like any Mustang built before. So now it's looking like the type of cars that we want to see. Let's do a little loop around here. There's a cool car behind that wall over there. We're gonna see what it is. I didn't even realize, but the new Panamera right here with the kind of square looking front, new headlights, but next to that, I think that's the electric new Macan. So I didn't know these cars are already at shows. That's pretty cool. Here we have the Urus. I think it's the S, but it might be the Performante. I don't know, they look the same to me. But the new Revuelto right here, the hybrid, the V12, 1,000 horsepower. Can't wait to see these things on the streets very, very soon. So we just saw LaFerrari from a little bit of kind of like far away over there. We were just wondering whose car that is, and then we looked at the sign right here. So this is the comedian Tracy Morgan's LaFerrari. I didn't know he had one, but looks cool in black. Then the Lambo LM002, the original off-road Lambo pickup truck with a V12 and a manual. So cool. So just as we thought the show's kind of over, I mean, look at this Porsche display right here. 918, Heritage Edition, GT3RS, Sport Classic, the car. So the black 918, non-Weissach, I don't think, because you get the painted roof, painted everything, and, you know, the notorious penis wheels. But, of course, 918 Spyder in black, can't hate on that. Next to that is this Targa, but next to that, you guys might have remembered, we reviewed a similar color Sport Classic around October last year. Great car, honestly, one of my favorite current 911s. Then the Heritage GT3RS, the white with the green, probably my favorite spec that you can get on them. We should have one of these soon to review, not a Heritage or a regular one, but I'm excited to see what this car drives like. Then next to that is the off-road one, the car. I hope I'll get a chance to drive one of those soon. I don't know if it's gonna happen anytime soon, but stay tuned because something like this should be on the channel decently soon. Well, this is definitely not something I expected to see here. In a world full of these types of cars, XJ220, I probably would have literally walked right past it and not noticed. But if you guys have been watching the channel for a long time, you know this is one of my favorite cars. We've driven it quite a bit on the channel, but man, like, what a rare car. Most people don't even know what it is, but these cars are so undervalued. You can buy them for like 700,000, and I know it sounds like a lot, but that's less than SVJ money, and this was the fastest car in the world in its time. Now this is something I've never seen before. This is a real off-road Urus with race suspension, more aggressive tires, wide body. I mean, honestly, I respect a build like this. This is really cool. 918, what the fuck? How do we, what?
So guys, yesterday I had to go to sleep pretty early because I was running about an hour's sleep after an 8-hour drive. But as you guys saw, we saw a random 918 in New York City, which I definitely didn't expect. But now we're already in the area. We tried to go to Greenwich, check out some of the dealerships here, see what's here. And yeah, I think there's a Zonda inside, so let's go check it out.
So let's start off here with the Spyker C8. I've actually been seeing this all over Instagram recently, but what a cool car. I mean, just the interior, the design is all like so special and so unique. But, you know, speaking of unique cars, obviously there's Paganis here, which are kind of the kings of that. But the Audi engine V8, you really see probably these less than you see these, because you really have to know about cars to have one of these. And like the craftsmanship and the metalwork and everything inside just looks so good. The 4-spoke steering wheel, the exposed shifter with like the big kind of metal line, like these things are so cool. Next to that, we got used to these, but you know, the Huayra Roadster, full carbon body, so cool. So after looking at the Huayra Roadster, this looks like a different world. This is the Huayra R, track only, obviously. Looks crazy with all these kind of yellow lines everywhere. Carbon fiber with a little bit of silver. Then we've seen this car a billion trillion times in a million different places. The Huayra BC, the blue one, seen it at Car Week, seen it at Dream Ride, seen it here, seen it literally everywhere. Then this Zonda we've seen before, I think here, and then before I started doing YouTube, we've seen it at the Dream Ride Castle shoot. But the Zonda Monza, track only, very cool, kind of original Zonda race car before there was the Zonda R. The interior looks so good. So we're at Porsche Greenwich, and I think this is acid green on a new GT3RS, which is paint to sample. Super cool. I mean, I don't think I've ever even seen pictures of this car in this color, but what a badass color. We first kind of saw this, I guess, on the 918s when they came out. I think there's 2 of them in this color. So cool.
Holy shit, we're driving randomly towards New Jersey and there's a new Ford GT. What? What's going on with these random spots, New York? New York, you are on fire. First we see a 918 and now a Ford GT. We don't see random stuff like that just out of the blue in New York. What the hell? What? GT3 Touring in the Ford GT? Bro. Damn. And what? So to end off the trip, we want to go obviously do a good car meet, and there's nothing really like a Sunday morning at Hayfields here. As you can see behind me, there's a ton of cars and even the overflow lot got some GT3RS and stuff in it. So let's go look around, see what's here, what shows up. Cars are going to show up obviously the next 2 hours. It's going to be really, really good. So not bad at all for this overflow lot. There's GT3RS 991.2, 991.1 GT3, and another 991.2 GT3RS. I mean, this is pretty cool, but as you can see, there's a pretty cool A12 GTS right there. So let's go take a look at it, and then we'll move over to the main lot. Such a cool spec on this A12 GTS. Tailor-made interior, kind of like the old baseball glove looking leather seats. So sick. But yeah, Hayfields is really cool because you see everything from like a crazy Civic like this to an R32 to a 993 911 to a Countach over there. I mean, literally you could see anything here. We got a pretty sick GT3 Touring right here, you know, low-key spec, comfort seats on it, and then 993 turbo as well. Pretty cool S4. But yeah, let's keep walking because as you can tell, there's just a lot of everything here. So Countach 5000 quattro valve. The owner of this car actually brought, I think, 5000 S in yellow last year to this show on this exact weekend. So it's pretty cool. There's another one. This one's got obviously the back spoiler, but it's got the front spoiler too. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, red on 10, pretty classic Countach spec. Let's keep walking. Now this is something you definitely don't see at your average car meet. Ariel Atom being driven on the streets. That's pretty badass. But look at this 911 turbo right here with this, I don't know exactly what's on it, but this like kind of hump on the back. Looks like somebody made this into a complete track car, roll cage, everything. Pretty cool build. Recaro seats, these are not factory Porsche seats at all. And then 993 right here, 992 turbo, 997 turbo, another GT3 Touring in green as well. Just pretty cool tasting cars here. Obviously Porsches, like any cars and coffee, kind of take over, but you know, still you get things like a 48 Pista, GR Corolla. The list just goes on and on. 190E. So this is actually something pretty cool. M4 CSL, so you know, the new track version of the M4, but you turn around right here, white M4 GTS. You really don't ever see these in white, but kind of the previous version of the special M4s. Then an Alpha 4C next to a first gen NSX. It's pretty cool. Then obviously a Miata pulling. Yeah, and you gotta have a Miata at every car meet. Civic Type R, two M3s, F430 Spyder. Of course we gotta check. Is this a manual? Oh, gated manual F430 Spyder. It's a badass car right here. And another GT3 Touring right over there. And then across from the meet, there's a 599 GTB parked like half off-road, half on the road, like it's some Jeep or something. Pretty cool. There's a ditch there. The guy doesn't really care. And an FDR X7. And the A12 GTS is leaving. Probably the coolest car at the show, maybe other than the Countach, but mostly just because of the spec and the interior. Let's see this. Or is he just moving to the lot there? I think he is. Yeah, here we have a very unique car, especially in this color, the bright green. I don't think I've ever seen another Aston Martin in this color, but this is the new V12 Vantage. So obviously most of them are V8s. There's even less V12s in the previous generation, but look at this thing. Look at the seats. These are probably the most aggressive carbon fiber seats you can buy in any car. Such a sick thing. I was told if I go around this fence, there's something pretty cool. And before we even do that, there's that Hellcat red eye. But let's see. Oh yeah, that was worth coming around this fence. Blue Ferrari Pista. It's pretty sick. No stripes. Pretty good spec. So that is an interesting car. The original Maserati Quattroporte, the 4-door. And the 599 is leaving. And the 599 and the blue Pista, I mean, is actually joining it. I don't know if they're gonna park here, but not a bad duo. So we got a Ferrari 575, and I don't know if I should show this as a kid sleeping in the car, but that's pretty badass. And the Countach is leaving.